Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin has followed the diagonal pattern, and we seem to be in this B wave to the downside that I talked about in the previous video. And we've also reached let's say a target. Yeah, we'll talk about that right now. Quick reminder of what we're dealing with. By the way, I took off the impulsive wave count. The wave count already started to look, let's say, unlikely throughout the weekend. Remember, the impulsive wave count required this low to hold here at 59,600, and then it could have formed a more direct move to the upside. But already when I made my first video today, we saw that this top here that formed earlier today, the intraday high, which is located at 61,880, we already saw that this could have been a B wave top, and that a C wave down could follow, and that's precisely what we've seen today. And the impulse to the upside became already less likely. A few days ago, I already highlighted to you that we have to consider this diagonal pattern and that we have to consider the price could, in this scenario, yeah, so it's still a bullish scenario, but as a diagonal pattern, we have to consider the market might even go down to 54,600. That's the invalidation point for the diagonal pattern, in which we've seen a wave 1, a wave 2. The wave 2 represents the Wednesday low, and then an A wave to the upside, a B wave down, C wave up in wave 3, then a 4-5 pattern is still outstanding. In an ideal world, very soon, wave 3 will start the journey to 66,850, or let's say continue the journey. Why did I say target reached? Well, because in my first update today on Discord for our gold members, I highlighted that here we saw this top where the market topped in resistance. That was the resistance area, which I've taken off the chart now because we don't need it anymore. But this was the high. Market got rejected in resistance. And the idea was that the sideways structure has developed, could easily represent that B wave top. And a break below 60,400 could indicate the start of wave C to the downside. That was 60,400. Now the price is at 58,780, so we had a good trigger there. Some of you might have used the resistance area to short. Others might have used the trigger point that I mentioned to short. And then, but I didn't talk about the target yet. So in terms of target then, I highlighted that here later today, that this looks like wave 3 of C in the blue scenario to the downside. The 58,774 level is the 100% extension level. This doesn't mean that the price has to react to this level, but it is one key level to watch. You can see how nicely this pattern actually did unfold. I've now changed the color to white so we see it better, but the 100% extension, a key target for wave C, is at 58,774. And you see how nicely the price actually reacted to it. We're currently pretty much at that level. Broke a bit below that, but this is sort of the area. Obviously, there are other Fibonacci levels as well. This is sort of the area where we would like to see a reaction and possibly even this entire correction to finish. However, we then need to consider the structure. And based on the structure, which would be wave 2 low on, wave 2 low on Wednesday, and the third wave could be unfolding. A wave topped here on the 8th of August. The B wave consists of an A, B, C structure. And that C wave is now unfolding. That's the idea. While we have reached, let's call it the minimum expectations based on Fibonacci targets, because it reached this, let's say, key target that I mentioned, it's still ideally, well, it would look best with one more lower high and a lower low. And why is that the case? Well, that's the case because what we're normally watching for in any C wave is a 5-wave move down. So what we've got here is a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. I have to say the microstructure is obviously a bit ambiguous. We could even say this here was the 1, 2, but then wave 2 was extremely shallow, but that would have given wave 1 a clearer 5-wave move. And then, however, I don't really have a very clear pattern in wave 3 here. If this was the 1, 2, then we might even still see one more low in wave 3, I have to say. But either way, it doesn't make sense to stress too much about the microstructure. What I think is more important is to understand where is resistance, because only a break above resistance would indicate that we're turning to the upside. The trend is down at the moment. We're printing lower lows and lower highs. And the trend has only a chance to change if we break above 59,530. So whether we get another 4-5 pattern or even one more low in wave 3 before we get that 4-5 pattern doesn't matter so much. Only the market will decide that, because in both cases we should actually stay below resistance. In turn, that means only a break above resistance will really indicate that something more bullish, something more directly bullish is actually playing out. So that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.